Hi guys, my name's Andrea. Welcome back to my channel. Yay! Okay, so today I'm gonna give you guys tips on how to stop being such a damn people pleaser, okay? And this is coming from like the biggest people pleaser on the planet. I'm talking about myself. I've learned a lot and now I have some tips that are gonna help you stop this unhealthy habit. Number one, find out where your people-pleasing tendencies are rooted in. You have to understand the story behind this habit. Like, where is it coming from? For most people, people-pleasing tendencies tend to be rooted in childhood. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, as kids, we have this natural desire to want to make other people happy, to please them, you know, our parents, because that's what makes us feel safe and secure. Or maybe you're a people pleaser because you avoid conflict. Maybe in the past you had a really bad experience speaking up for, you know, what you believe in, you were shot down, so now you're just like this very agreeable person. Or maybe you were praised a lot for like being obedient. I feel like this is the case for like a lot of kids who grew up with strict parents. You were praised a lot for following rules and things like that. So now you're just really used to people pleasing. I know I used to be a really big people pleaser when I was in grade school, especially middle school. I mean, this was the only way I could survive, by you know, trying to be as likable as I could. It made sense to be a people pleaser back then, like as a child, but now it's serving no purpose. Like, obviously I am not in middle school anymore. A lot of us are not in the situations that we used to be where people pleasing was kind of necessary. Now we're in situations where prioritizing other people's needs is only hurting us. Whatever the case may be, find out where these people pleasing tendencies that you have are rooted in and see if you could kind of close that, especially if these tendencies are no longer serving you. Number two, learn to say no. As people pleasers, we always say yes to everything and everyone. We tend to be really scared of people's reactions. We're scared we're gonna get rejected. We're scared we're gonna disappoint somebody. We're scared that like maybe they won't invite us anymore to go places. When in reality, like, it really isn't that serious. I mean, put yourself on the other end. When somebody cancels on you, are you like, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna be their friend anymore. I'm never gonna invite them somewhere. I'm sure in some cases that's probably like going through your head, but for the most part, you're not overthinking it. Maybe start to learn to say no in situations that feel less consequential or like overwhelming for you. You know, maybe when like a salesman comes to your door trying to get you to, I don't know, get solar panels or buy something, learn to say no to them. Over time, it honestly gets easier. It's just really important to not do things you don't want to do. Not wanting to go somewhere is a perfect justification to not go somewhere. I know for a lot of people this sounds really obvious, but for us people pleasers, we tend to, you know, prioritize everyone else's needs and what they want, what's gonna make them happy. But when you're learning to say no, you just have to focus on yourself. What do you want to do? Number three, set healthy boundaries. So I have good news for all of you people pleasers out there. So I think as a society, we've given the term people pleasing a very negative connotation, when in reality, at least in my opinion, I think there's a good side to people pleasing, or should I say there's a healthy side to it. I mean, when wanting to please somebody comes from a place of love and just genuineness, I don't think it's entirely a bad thing. I mean, maybe like it's your friend's birthday and you really don't want to go out, but you're still gonna make the sacrifice to go because you love them. Now, if you're doing things you don't like in excessive amounts and it's making you unhappy, then yeah, of course that's bad, and that's what we're not trying to do, right? If you're having trouble figuring out whether or not you're engaging in unhealthy pleasing, I have an activity for you that's going to be really helpful. Get out a piece of paper, okay? Get a pen and write down all the things that you're doing for other people that are making you unhappy. And there you have it. These are all the things that you're doing to please others that are not serving you any benefit and are coming at the cost of your happiness. Once you have this list, read it and stop doing those things. Number four, embrace the discomfort. If you're able to do this, Oh my goodness. You're gonna stop being a people pleaser and you're gonna start living your best life, okay? Embracing the discomfort is also the hardest part to do. So, setting healthy boundaries and learning to say no might not always be a comfortable process. You might run into people who do stop talking to you, who leave your life, who maybe won't invite you to the next party, and you have to learn to be okay with it. Unless you just want to be this agreeable person your entire life, you want to have people stepping on you and never respecting you. No, obviously you don't want that, right? You've been a people pleaser your entire life. It's very normal to feel kind of unusual when you stand up for yourself. But remember that this is the only way you can stay true to yourself. And people's reactions to you having healthy boundaries, to you saying no, like all of their reactions are out of your control. You can't be worrying about it. Tip number 5, be your authentic self. So as people pleasers, we tend to hide who we really are because we're afraid we'll be rejected by other people. We're afraid people will find us weird, right? We don't want to lose our friends. And us people pleasers, I feel like honestly are typically the coolest people. And we're sometimes afraid to show who we are because we tend to be really different from the rest of the crowd. And honestly, you should see this as a good thing. Why would you want to be just like everybody else? Don't care if people are gonna accept you or not. Like, a lot of times the people's opinions who we care about, like their opinions honestly are insignificant. Because think about it. We only get one shot at this thing called life, and one day we're all gonna be underground and it's over. You don't want to be 80 years old one day thinking, oh my goodness, I just lived for other people. And if being your authentic self means you're going to have to cut some ties and start fresh again, you got to get comfortable with that, okay? In the long run, being your authentic self will gain people's respect. I can guarantee that. Next tip, work on your self-esteem. So it's no surprise that most people pleasers have a history with a low self-esteem. People with a low self-esteem tend to view their needs as unimportant or unworthy of respect. They don't really value themselves enough to prioritize their own needs. And in order to feel worthy, they seek other people's approval. So basically, all their self-worth is dependent on other people's validation, and they just kind of live a life trying to meet the expectations of other people. In order to build your self-esteem and feel good about yourself, you need to build your confidence. True confidence is built through actions. And these actions aren't always going to be very pleasant. Okay? I've found that in my life, doing the things that make me uncomfortable and doing the things that I enjoy has helped me the most when it comes to building my self-esteem. For instance, going to the gym, cooking more often, or making videos. You don't have to do something really big to feel good about yourself. Everyone's situation is a little different. Building your self-esteem can be as easy as just doing the things you say you're gonna do. If you said today you're gonna clean the house, you better clean the damn house. Like, maybe for you, it's doing your bed every day is gonna make you feel better. Also remember that building your self-esteem doesn't just happen overnight, okay? It's gonna take a lot of time. But in the long term, this is going to help you so much when it comes to wanting to stop this unhealthy habit of people pleasing, because when you feel good about yourself, you're just less likely to care about other people and their opinion. Last tip, find ways to feel good about yourself that doesn't involve other people. So most of us, we like people pleasing because it makes us feel good about ourselves. We feel worthy. But the bad part is that we are relying on other people to make us feel happy because we're not capable of providing happiness for ourselves, which is really sad. We need to find more healthier outlets or things that are gonna make us feel good about who we are. And I think I kind of figured it out. Engage in a hobby that makes you feel worthy, that makes you feel your best. For instance, for me, it's making videos. When you find something that makes you feel good about yourself, like over time, I guarantee you, you're gonna end up prioritizing this activity, this hobby, whatever it is, over everything, including people's opinion. And it just makes it so much easier to stop this habit of people pleasing because you're gonna be busy. Be easy on yourself, have some compassion. It's not easy to stop these like people pleasing tendencies, but if you put the effort to want to stop, you will get there. It's just gonna take time. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys got something useful out of it. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I cannot wait to see you guys next time. Bye!